Welcome to my first real wedding video of 2025 from the beautiful Quantock Lakes. Today I'm going to share with you the love story of both Tilly and Lewis from this beautiful Somerset wedding venue. Hey everyone, it's James from Just James Weddings here, and this year's got off to an amazing start with the privilege of photographing Tilly and Lewis's wedding at the stunning Quantock Lakes wedding venue. If you're looking for a rustic lakeside wedding venue in Somerset, then there's nowhere else really to go. So without further ado, let's dive in and have a look at some of their photos. Let's start with the venue. Quantock Lakes is known for its breathtaking countryside views, charming barns, and its tranquil waterside setting, ideal for any dreamy wedding photos. The venue offers a mix of rustic charm and modern elegance, making it a top choice for couples not just in Somerset, but also throughout the UK. When it comes to groom and bridal prep and being a wedding photographer, you're always dreaming of a beautifully lit space. Quantock Lakes, having not been there before, wow, you guys have got it right. The space for both the bride and the groom were so beautifully lit with natural light. It just made it so dreamy for wedding photography. Tilly got ready in the farmhouse at the wedding venue, and it was just full of window space, doors, and obviously the interior lighting too. But you didn't really need the interior lighting because it was so beautifully lit. Not just for her getting ready with the hair and makeup, and the bridesmaids just hanging out, but it was also beautiful when it came to that first look and just her in her dress. So beautifully done at Quantock Lakes for the bridal prep space. And the groom space as well in the posh piggery was equally as well lit, and you could just get beautiful photos of the groom and the bridesmaids and the groomsmen getting ready before the wedding ceremony. In this instance, Tilly and Lewis decided to have their ceremony at a local church just down the road. However, you can have both celebrant and registry-led weddings at the wedding venue itself. From the moment that Tilly arrived to the little child running up to see her, to the moment she walked down the aisle with her dad, and Lewis having a tear in his eyes as they saw each other for the first time, it was a beautifully run service at the church. So there's plenty of options for you at Quantock Lakes to have either a church-led wedding or staying on site. After the wedding, we had a beautiful confetti throw with lots of kissing involved before we headed back to the wedding venue itself for the rest of the day. Obviously, being a March wedding, you're very limited to the amount of natural light you have outside. However, from the moment we got back from the church, we just seemed to have hours of sunlight available, albeit obviously the forecast was just amazing anyway, but it just seemed like we had plenty of time to be able to get couples photos, group photos, and then lots of mingling photos too. Obviously, as soon as we got back, I let the couples have some time to drink, to mingle, obviously enjoy some canapes before we did some group photos. It was a big party, so I got my drone up in the air and got a picture of everybody. The grass was slightly wet, so we didn't have too much space to work on the grassy area, as it was a bit muddy and a bit damp. So we kept very close to the building, which my drone didn't really enjoy too much, but we kept it close and we kept everyone together whilst we got that group shot of everybody. From there, we broke it down. I was able to shoot a lot more ground level, and just had some fun with some of the photos as well. We had a bit of a cheer off between the families, and then also we had just some bouquets going up in the air, etc, etc. The reception itself, beautiful space, well lit, very, very hot inside the little the barn there, but it had space for a lot more people than there was on the wedding day itself. Obviously they enjoyed some speeches, and then in between one of the courses we got Tilly and Lewis outside for their couples photos. Like I mentioned earlier, the ground was very wet and sodden, so we couldn't actually go and visit the famous tree with the swing on it for the couples photos. However, we did get to stay pretty close we went round by the lake, and there was a little pontoon that we can stand on, and we got some amazing golden hour photos on there. Followed by going on to the little pier. I don't really know what it's called, but the pier there at the venue. Got some photos there. Got some photos of them walking back towards the venue from the pier, cheered on by some of their guests along the way, which made for some funny photos. And then we did try and go obviously over to the swing, but it was just too muddy. So I just got this beautiful photo of them walking away and then just turning around and just looking at the camera, which was beautiful. Probably one of my favourite photos, actually. From there, we did some photos closer to the venue itself, just walking, individual photos of the bride and then of the groom. And something I love doing when we're doing couples photos is actually, whilst I'm getting individual photos of the bride, I let the groom have my other camera and he can take some photos of the bride himself, which is really fun to do, and actually then means that the groom isn't bored whilst I'm taking some pictures of the bride, if that makes sense. So that is something I love doing. As I have two cameras with me all day, I just hand one of them off to the groom. So yeah, the couples photos were amazing. Loved every second of it. We didn't take too long either. It took 15 minutes, probably tops, maybe even less, to be fair, but some beautiful locations to get some couples photos at the wedding venue itself. Obviously with limited daylight, the evening came around super quickly. We had the last of the speeches after the couples photos, then it seemed like we were straight into the cake cutting and then the first dance, which, being a lovely well lit venue and the walls in the venue are white, it means that doing flash photography is super easy in the venue with kind of low ceilings as well, so you know, bouncing the flash off the walls was super cool. It was a very, very upbeat party in the evening. The band was called Levi and the Bean, who were superb as a two-piece band, and I would highly recommend them as well for anyone looking for a wedding band. But I was dancing, and well, not really dancing, I was singing away to a lot of the songs, especially like Mumford and Sons, all that kind of stuff. Obviously they're quite folky, so right up my street. Anyway, so the wedding venue in particular for the evening space was superb. Plenty of spaces for people to sit in the background, or plenty of space for people to dance. So a top spot and a top venue for evening entertainment too. That's it for this video, and it's been a long time since I put out something on YouTube. So hopefully you can see as I got through this video, I've gone from sounding very formal to relaxing into it a lot more. There'll be a lot more videos coming out in 2025 showcasing venues that I will be shooting at, to hopefully give you a more informed decision as to what you are looking for when it comes to a wedding venue. I'm going to leave all the details down below for the venue, for myself, and for some of the other vendors that were there working on the day. So hopefully that will give you a better idea of things that you are looking for potentially. But that's it, as I said, that's it for this video. Next video is going to be from the beautiful Sandy Cove Hotel down in Devon, which I'm very much looking forward to going back to, as I've been there a few times already. If you have any questions, comments, or like to know more, please do leave them down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.